Do you ever really feel triggered and feel like you don't know why, but you're just reacting rather than pausing or thinking about what you're doing? You're probably getting hijacked by an IFS part. Something I've noticed as a trauma therapist is that there are not a lot of people talking about IFS. So what is IFS anyway? IFS stands for Internal Family Systems, and it was developed by Dr. Richard Schwartz. It is one of the key modalities that I use with patients who are experiencing trauma, and it's based on the theory that we all have different parts or subpersonalities that develop in order to protect us as children. They tend to carry over throughout our adult life to protect us. So I'll give you some examples. One of them could be people pleasing, obsessively worrying about other people's needs before your own. Maybe you had to do that in order to survive your childhood that was chaotic. Another one is isolation. Some people were those kids that were locked in their room and just needed to escape the chaos, and they still do it as adults and they don't know why. What IFS does is that it dives into those parts and explores them. A lot of us try to repress those parts when they come up and feel like they're self-sabotaging us or feel like those parts are not acceptable or shame them. What IFS really does is it gets to know these different traits that we've developed throughout our lives to keep ourselves safe. It hears them out and it gives them a place to voice their concerns and to heal themselves. We bring them into contact with the core self. The core self is the part of you that is at peace, that inner reserve of strength that knows the answers and that can provide healing to wounded parts or protective and managing parts that seem to get in the way and jump into that driver's seat. For me, in my personal and professional life, I've noticed that these parts have a tendency to jump in the driver's seat and bring us back to old patterns of behavior and thinking that are not aligned with who we really are. So in this type of therapeutic experience, it allows you to really meet the different parts of you, get curious about how they were formed, and resolve the wounds and the trauma and the anxiety that they're holding and storing in your body. The goal here is to integrate these parts into your day-to-day life and develop a life that's totally aligned with how you really want to live it.